Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Are we on the air?
I think so.
First things first, maybe you can show your shirt to the camera.
Oh, yeah.
Stand up, like get in there. This is from Helix Sky,
Yeah.
and it's a frame that I think you even did on the live stream. Maybe? Not sure. Possibly.
I don't think so,
But
but I'm sure I did it on a stream, but maybe a silent one. Like this was the cover for the Ashcan I did for New York
it's really
Comic-Con.
nice. It has good fabric, and the colors are very vibrant. It's
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
We're not really planning to sell them at the con, I don't think.
The shirts?
No, you
No,
just had
no.
it made so that you have something
Yeah, just for me
for
for
yourself
now.
to wear. Yeah, maybe at the con.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the book report. Do you have
Mhm.
anything lined up for today?
Yes, I have a book
Okay.
that I ordered,
Mm-hmm.
and it's by one of my favorite creators ever.
Mm-hmm.
I think this artist is maybe my main influence um, for comics and drawing generally. So his name is Ephraim Moses Lilien. He was a Polish-Jewish Art Nouveau artist.
Yeah.
From the end of the 19th century and maybe the beginning of the 20th century. I think he died at 1925, which makes his work now public domain, which
Mm.
is cool.
Yeah.
So
Well,
all of his stuff is now public domain.
but I mean, public domain is after what, 70 years?
100 years after the creator dies.
Oh, really? I thought it was just like 70 years from the point of publishing.
No, it's 100 years after he dies.
Wow, okay.
So it's been 100 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the book itself is in German,
Hmm.
and I can't read German, but you can already see some of the designs here, and you can see clearly that it's very Art Nouveau style.
Mm-hmm.
But the interesting thing about him is the mixture of Jewish and maybe fantasy themes into graphic design.
Yeah.
And these are prints. Most of his work is done with the zincography print, which is a type of print. He actually drew the originals, but then there was a process that they used it as a negative and made a print out of it.
Did you say zincography?
Zincography, yeah.
I'm guessing they used zinc.
Yeah, they use zinc, yeah. So the lines are very interesting. Also the line variations, but also the directions of the lines
Mm-hmm.
and all of the details of I don't know what it is. It's a tree here, but you see the details. He does them on hair as well. And so it's very Art Nouveau, but it's also a bit different than Art Nouveau. It has a bit of something, maybe different edge. I like the hair, the way he does hair. It's very cool. It's almost, it looks almost like maybe um, worms or something like that.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Pasta.
And also the gestures. Look at this, for example. This is so, you can understand a lot of stuff only from the way he's standing. Like the gesture is very strong here.
Where are his arms?
He's tied. He's like
Oh, I
tied.
see. Yeah.
So it's most of the prints are like they have like strong iconography, but it's not religious. It's like anti-religious because he uses nudity a lot, and he
I
used
mean,
like
religious
things
iconography
from
also has a lot of. If you think of like Jesus on the cross, he's barely wearing anything.
yeah,
There's a
but
piece of
we're
cloth.
talking about Jewish religion in the 19th century.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in Poland.
Yeah.
But there was a movement that started rejecting the old religion ideas. So he's kind of a part of it. Look at the hair here, for example. But the ornaments look exactly like Art Nouveau style, which is exactly fits the era. I really like the way he does bodies, like the pose, and if just a few lines to indicate maybe a little bit of volume here.
Yeah.
Very cool hands. Also, it's so little, but you really feel the hands. It's like it's very you feel the volume of the hands.
The good student.
And the
Or the good something.
Yeah. So it's very flat. It fits the Art Nouveau style. They rejected a lot of the older ways of depicting depth and perspective, but it also has a lot of volume, even though it's very flat.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a very famous one. So I really like the way he does the textures, and also the white space in the image. It makes it like this area is very you see it first because it's very empty.
The composition reminds me of Klimt as well.
Yeah, it's the same era.
Yeah.
European Art Nouveau style.
It's like in some frames there's so much attention, there's so much space that fabric takes up.
Mm-hmm.
It almost sort of like pushes the character off to the side.
Exactly. The textures are the most important thing in the drawing.
Yeah.
Like, and they use textures to indicate volume and composition.
Yes.
So this is also, it's very interesting the way he does the texture on the tree here.
It's like when I look at this, there's the style that the building in the background is rendered in, and then there's the style of the tree, which are two disparate styles.
Yeah.
And you would think that it wouldn't work together,
But it works.
somehow it ends up working.
Because it makes it
feel like it's further away.
As if it's farther away, because he uses like smaller and thinner lines here.
Yeah.
This is from I think it's from Passover Agada.
Yeah.
It's like, so he's an illustrator mostly. He's not considered a fine artist. Most of his stuff is accompanied by text.
I would definitely consider him a fine artist.
This is very cool. You see the
pointillism.
Yeah, only in the background. He tried to indicate that this is very far away, so you almost can't see.
It also makes me feel like the silhouette is broken up by treetops. The fact that it's points.
Yeah, and of course this is like the most saturated, not saturated, like
bold or density, coverage.
No, I'm looking for a word. This has like the most amount of distance between bright and dark.
Yes. So it makes your eye.
There's a Photoshop tool that does it. I forgot.
Yeah.
How to say it.
Contrast.
Contrast.
So it makes your eye go there straight away. Like that. It just pulls you in. And also, there's another thing. These lines, the sheep here, are pointing in this direction.
Yeah, exactly.
This line is pointing in this direction. So it's like the combination of those few things.
Yeah. I also really like the way he does the fabric.
Yeah.
Which also, it's only a few lines and that's it. But you can feel the thickness of the fabric just by a few lines here.
I think the use, whenever he does like breaks in the line, it's so intentional. It conveys a very specific thing.
Like fold. You're getting, it's a fold. You read it because you see just a small line here, but it continues here, and here you see a dent in the white.
Yeah, and it almost makes it feel like the fabric is like shimmery, maybe reflective on the white part, or that it's a very bright white.
And it's very thick. You feel that it's very thick. Also here, it's the same thing.
Wow, this is so beautiful. Look at this.
Yeah. Here, I wonder why it's printed in small. They should have.
Yeah, that's an amazing image.
Yeah, this is so cool the way he does the. Yeah. Like to indicate like the fold here just by doing the black texture of the fabric itself, and here as well, and the wings also, and you see that it's a very bright figure here, just because of the lines that are very thin, and also here, very cool pose. Just a few lines for the body itself.
So wait, are these all the zincography thing you were talking about? All of them?
Yeah.
So do you remember what the process is, or?
I think he draws them. He used to draw them with a brush, I think, and then there's a chemical process that transfers the drawing to a plate. Yeah. And some other process that like makes the plate.
Okay, so I'm going to read a passage from Wikipedia. It says, zincography process. Zinc plates could be obtained for less expense than fine lithographic limestone. So they were using it as a substitute. It was probably cheaper. And the zinc was coated with a solution containing gallic acid and phosphoric acid that caused hygroscopic salts to form on the plate's surface. A printer would then cover the zinc plate with a coating of asphalt varnish, expose it under a drawing, and develop it. So it's sort of similar to like photography, even in a way.
Yeah.
There's like a chemical development process.
Yeah, it's like chemical coping of.
Yeah.
So here I really like the way he draws the human body.
It just looks so modern, this.
Yeah. It's very cool, the gesture and the way he does. And it's almost like almost Christian iconography.
Yeah.
But the fabric here maybe tells you a little bit about maybe it's something else.
Yeah.
But the gesture looks a little bit like Christian iconography. Very cool the way he does that. And I really like the way he breaks the lines. Like the lines start very thick and then they go and break into like dots. Yeah, so very interesting artist. He was actually one of the first teacher who taught at Bezalel, which is a famous art school in Jerusalem. I think these are his sketches.
Wow.
So these are not prints. I'm not sure, but I think so.
They almost look like, yeah, I know, they're like graphite sketches or something. Right?
I think so,
It looks like pencils. Wow, he was very good at realism as well.
He was also a photographer. He has a lot of famous photographs as well. Yeah. So yeah, very interesting artist, and everything by him is now public domain. So you can actually get from Wikipedia a high quality image, JPEG image. You can download it and print
and use it on products.
And use it on products and whatever.
That would be a weird coaster, but whatever.
Yeah. So for the art part today, I was so this is my book, Age of Canaan. And I recently signed with a publisher to publish it and distribute it to bookstores. So we talked about maybe doing a dust jacket because they really like the image here on the cover, but I thought it might be just a little bit too obscure for people to pick the book up. So they thought maybe if we did like a dust jacket that is more, maybe has some more data in it, information. Maybe people are gonna pick it up like.
And also maybe black and white as well, or
no, I think it's gonna be colored, but this, so it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be bigger than this. So this one is this print is I've done it with Zoop, which is like crowdfunding company for comics. And the print quality is okay, but it's a bit small for a book like this.
Did you have to rework the whole thing, or is it the same proportions?
No, it's going to be the same proportions, but bigger.
Yeah, okay.
They are also going to replace the font because they thought that, so I created this font. It's based on cuneiforms. Like the style of it is based on cuneiforms, and they said it's a bit hard to read sometimes. And I agree. Okay, so they're gonna change it, but the main thing is we're gonna do like a dust jacket. It's gonna be hardcover, and maybe something interesting here. I'm not sure yet, but it's gonna be something cool. So this cover is wraparound. I'm gonna open it just for you to see. It's hard to open completely, but so I started this morning. I actually, when I did the original cover, I did two options. This was the first option I did, but I didn't ink it. I did the sketch, only the sketch. And after this, I did the other one, and I liked the other one more because I thought it's like maybe, in my view, like it's more interesting that the cover don't reveal exactly what's in the book, just give you a hint. So I prefer the other one better.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is going to be the dust jacket. So this one I started it before I did the cover that was printed, and just today I inked it, and I thought maybe of just because every time we're doing the live show, I'm starting a new drawing. So I thought maybe I'm gonna just finish a drawing in the live. So this is not finished yet. I deliberately didn't finish it today, just to finish it now.
What do you have left to do on this?
So I have the background here. You can see here that I started with the details here of the trees, but I need to finish all of this. This is not finished. Also, I want some more
details.
Information and details here, and here all of this background and the whites, because I've never done the whites on the live.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because
it's usually the thing that you leave to the end of, because you have to have all of the area and it has to dry.
Exactly, yeah. So I thought about maybe just for once, I'm gonna, instead of do like the start of a page, I'll do the ending of a page, the finish.
So I'm happy to say that Jamie's back with us. So you can say hi to Jamie.
Hi, Jamie.
Jamie says that he'd been working a lot, and that's why he hasn't really been with us for the past few weeks.
That's okay.
Which is completely understandable. And actually, both of us have also been working a lot, so we get it.
Yeah.
We're happy that you're here with us today. You could make it. And if anyone has any specific questions, just type it in the chat.
If you think that the other camera will capture better because I'm working on very small details now.
Yeah, I don't know if you're
like-
high enough in the frame though, but we'll see. Yeah, it's okay. So today's detailing and whites on black areas.
I think I'll get to the whites. If I don't,
No, now you have to though, because you said that you've never done
okay,
it
so I'll
live.
do it even if I don't.
Yeah,
if
I'll let
if I
you know
don't
when you
finish
have
it.
like half an hour left, maybe.
Yeah, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't. It's not very. It's just like doing very tiny, small lines.
But it's time consuming.
Yeah, it is. But it's nice because it's a stage that I can like make conversation and talk, and like I don't need to think a lot about what I'm doing. It's like
Yeah.
sort of like automatic maybe.
Yeah.
Because if I need to think
You
about what
don't
I'm
have
doing,
any like you're not thinking about
you know what? Actually, I'm gonna.
posture, anatomy. It's detailing.
Yeah,
It's like
just
it's
details.
a texture kind of.
Yeah. This is better, all right?
Yeah, it's a bit sharper now. Yeah.
It's funny because when I start with one light, it seems as if it's enough light.
Mm.
But when I use the other one as well, I think about how did I draw in such darkness before?
Yeah. Story of my life.
Yeah?
I mean, not with drawing, but just generally, it sounds like you get used to anything, right?
Yeah.
And then when you have less or more of it, it suddenly becomes jarring. Like, oh,
Yeah,
whoa,
because
what was?
sometimes I just forget to like use all the lights that I have here.
Mm-hmm.
I never got into a situation where I have too much light though. And this is it's yeah, that could happen. Like
Doesn't
too
it
much
bother
light.
you that your hand casts a shadow wherever you're using your pen on the paper?
No, because it's there's a light coming from this direction and from this direction. So the shadow is only facing down more or
Yeah.
less. And also the shadow here, it has a lot of light in it. It's not like a dark shadow that you can't see anything.
Mm.
It looks a bit darker on camera
Mm-hmm.
than in reality here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the camera is showing it as a little bit higher contrast than today. We're not going to have the satisfying soda pop can snap opening
Why?
because I opened it before we started.
Oh,
But I don't know, we might have another one soon. Jamie says, I'm interested in watching Near do the whites. I don't think I have seen him do them, not even in the silent streams that I managed to catch.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so
sure.
definitely we're gonna do that today.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see the process because, yeah, you've talked about it before on the live stream, but seeing it in action is different.
Yeah.
So basically, there's your method that you sort of invented for yourself, which is how to get the lines that you originally put down on top of the black after the area is already filled in completely, right? So you can't.
Yeah, so I'm using a lightbox. I have underneath the inked page, there's a sketch page.
Yeah.
And you can see here that this is all black and I can't see all the lines.
Yeah, the lines are gone.
And I wanted the lines to be white.
Yes.
Here.
Yeah.
So when I get to it later,
you'll see how that happens. Yeah.
So I was thinking about maybe we can talk about a cool thing I've done with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So I was, I think I sent it to you.
Yes.
So I asked ChatGPT to find all the interesting scientific research that was done on comics and related to comics. And apparently there's a lot of them. And I asked, because there's a lot of information, and this is where AI works really good in our advantage.
Yeah.
Because you can ask ChatGPT or Gemini or whatever, give me all the information you find, but not just accumulate like facts. I asked specifically for information that is non-intuitive, like outcome of research that is non-intuitive, that is like surprising or different than the researchers' thoughts.
Expectations, yeah.
Expectation, yeah. So I got a pretty interesting list of things, and I thought maybe we can talk about it.
Yeah, we can. I have the list in front of me. This is the collated sort of data that it gave us regarding just the surprising findings.
Yeah.
I'll start by just saying the titles of each finding, or the way that it sort of broke it down.
Yeah.
And then if there's anyone you want to stop and explain a little bit about, then you can just say so.
Yeah, I think we can talk about each one. We don't have to talk about all of them, but I think they're all very interesting.
Yeah, the first one says, so most surprising findings from comic studies explained clearly. The first one says, readers often look at the text before the art.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounds strange to me.
So I think the reason for that is the texts and the bubbles are the most contrasted thing on the page itself. Because most of the time in American and Western comics, also French, Franco-Belgian, European comics, it comes with color, right?
Yep.
I'm not talking now about manga because most of the manga is in black and white. But the Western comics is in colors, and usually the word bubbles are black and white. So it's actually like the most contrasted area in the image, and people are drawn to the. We talked about it just a little while ago when we saw the Lilien image with the contrasted face in the middle. So I always thought that people are seeing faces first, and it's kind of true because it's still, I think faces and word bubbles are maybe the first things that people see on a page. So I'm not sure if it's possible to determine which one is like more strong than the other. But it's an interesting thing because a lot of the time you think, what am I gonna do on the page? For example, on a page like this. And I don't really think about the position of the word balloons as something that draws your eye.
But it definitely does.
But it does.
Yeah.
So it's better to think about it in advance. I mean, I do think about the position of them, but not necessarily in a way that's gonna affect the art itself. I am like positioning the first person that talks on the left side for his like speech bubble to be like in the correct position.
Yeah.
But I'm not necessarily organizing the entire composition by the word balloons, which makes it like an interesting fact and thing to think about when working on comics.
Definitely, because you know that your eyes are going to be following the path of the text, right?
Yeah.
So it's like almost you could program things in between the bubbles that you want
Exactly.
people to sort of. This
Yeah.
screen is sizzling.
Sizzling.
It's like going.
Yeah, something happened to it. I don't know why, but
Let me
it
try
doesn't
to.
affect the stream, right?
Does it go? No, I don't think it affects the stream. But was it Windows Control Alt B or
Windows Control Shift B.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. It's still sizzling, but we'll see if it. Okay, so the next item was most of the detailed background art is never actually looked at.
Okay, that's funny
Yeah.
because I'm famous for exactly what I'm doing now,
Mm-hmm.
like using. But I learned a long time ago that people are not gonna see the stuff that I'm doing now, but
Yeah.
it does actually affect the entire image.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It's not like
It
it's not
creates
like
like an
I'm doing
impact.
nothing now.
Yeah. No, it creates like it creates a visual sort of general feel and impact, but it's not that. I don't think aside from when you do commissions and you put like Easter eggs in there
Mm-hmm.
and
even though even with the Easter eggs, people are not reading them. Only like specific people that are looking for them,
yeah.
they're interested in that. But other than that, when I started, I was like my hero was Jeff Darrow, and he's very famous with the insane amount of details on
Yeah.
every page.
Yeah.
And he actually does like details that make sense.
Right.
So it's if it's even if it's garbage, I
Yeah.
was looking at this stuff and you can read every piece of garbage in the
Yeah.
garbage.
Yeah.
He's like drawing every piece of garbage.
Yeah.
So after a while, I started by doing that.
Yeah.
But after a while, I actually realized that it's not about the specific detail in the background.
Yeah, it's about
it's about the texture. So
the illusion
of depth, maybe.
depth. Yeah.
So, for example, in this image, I want to make this figure pop more.
Yes.
So this has relatively small amount of details here.
Yes.
But the background has more details.
So it's gonna make it pop.
It makes
Yeah.
it pop. Yeah. So
It
you
like
don't
pushes the front character or animal out of the page because you're creating a differential between high detailed background
exactly
and sort of like open area, breathy shapes for the skeleton there.
Yeah. So, but it's always like a challenge, because I almost feel like if I don't do a lot of details on the page, I feel a little bit like maybe I'm cheating or something like that. Maybe I'm like cutting corners but in time I learned that it doesn't make the artwork better. Like it's not like the most amount of, because think about it, the most amount of details is like everything is scribbles. You wouldn't be able to see anything. And people want order. They don't want like complete chaos.
Yeah.
And even if I look now on Jeff Darrow's drawings, some of them look to me very hard to read now. It's like it looks like chaos almost.
Yeah.
And you can see them only like in a specific scale. Like you can see like a Jeff Darrow image like in a small thumbnails. You wouldn't be able to understand anything if it's too small.
That sort of breaks one of the I think the like basic most important rule of composition, right? Which is it should work as a thumbnail as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a rule. I'm not. I think it's better for covers of comics to work as a thumbnail.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are buying them online.
Yeah.
And they're gonna see the cover in the thumbnail. So that's important for a cover.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that every page has to work on a small scale.
Jamie says the first lot of comics I just got for the art, didn't care about the story. I was more interested in the art itself and the details. Same for me. I think I picked up the X-Men comics back in the early 1990s, late 1980s, as a kid, really young child, and I was hooked because of the art on the cover. And then when I opened it up and I realized that inside was interesting visually as well. That's what got me
Yeah.
into it. And I only started reading the comics after I had looked through the entire thing without reading anything.
Yeah.
Jamie says, oh yeah, so we read that. And then the next item is experienced comic readers use different eye movement system. Use a different eye movement system. It says expectation. All readers should scan pages similarly. And then the measured differences were that experienced readers make fewer backtracks, they predict panel order better, they find the balloons faster, so I guess the reading order, and they jump more directly between panels.
Yeah.
It's surprising because comics literacy behaves like language fluency, which also takes me to the next sort of point that was really interesting.
So I think the studies are mostly of eye movements.
Yeah.
They are tracking they're giving people comics to read, and they're tracking their
Yeah, they ask them how much experience they have with comics, and then they record all of the information regarding eye movement, and they collate the information, and they create a database and derive some statistical information.
Yeah. So the eye movement of experienced readers are
Yes, it's more
completely
deliberate.
different.
It's faster.
And I think they also don't turn back.
Yeah, it says they backtrack less, but I think they mean by backtracking, I think on the same page, as in going over things that they already looked at. Which I think I do that, but I do it in, so first of all, I take the entire page in. Then I read the page, the text and the surrounding imagery around the text in order. And then I keep a mental note of the areas which were especially beautiful, if any of them exist in the page. And when I'm done reading the page, I go over and look at the areas that I kept a note about in my mind, and then I move on to the next page. So it's like a 3-part system.
I think it's done automatically most of the time for most of the people. So you're saying you're doing it like deliberately?
Well, I realized what I was doing when I started reading comics a long time ago, and I just kept doing the same system because it worked and it was fun to do it that way.
But you're not like thinking about it while reading?
No, I do sometimes think about it. I go, okay, so let's take the page in. Now I'm going to start reading the comic. And then I go, wait, there was a detail that I really liked. I'm going to go back and look at the way that they drew it, or the colors that they used, or whatever it is.
Interesting. When I'm reading, I'm trying to get in a mode that is not thinking about how it's made or stuff like that.
Yeah, I can't.
It's hard for me specifically.
I think the how it's made part is not only the first thing I think about, it's also the last thing I think about, and it also takes up most of the process of enjoying whatever it is. Like even if it's music, and I don't know how to produce music, but I'm constantly thinking about how they might have sampled and overlap things.
Yeah, I'm trying not to think about it.
Yeah.
But it's hard, yeah.
The next point was really interesting, I find. It said that comic sequences can trigger grammatic violation responses in the brain.
Yeah.
And it says the expectation is that only language has grammar processing, and so only the actual reading of text should be triggering grammatic violation, because they have, I guess, like a cluster of brain areas lighting up that they relate to quote unquote grammar violations. So it's like sort of this alarm that goes off in the brain, right?
Like when you hear music that is not in the right tune.
Yeah, and then they say that the neuro studies showed that when a panel sequence breaks expected narrative structure, brain signals resemble language or music syntax violations. So, like, sequential images are processed in a way that's actually structurally similar to the way that the brain processes language. Even just the visuals, right? They're not even talking about the text at this point. So, yeah, because they were giving the example of panel
music.
breaks,
Oh, yeah.
panel sequence breaks. So that's not, they're not talking about text. They're talking about like the visual flow of the page.
Yeah, it's not even visual. It's something that only happens in comics.
Yeah,
Like panel
I
breaks
definitely
and-
have a brain that lights up code red whenever grammar violations happen. If I make a mistake, it really like catches my attention. When anyone else is talking and they make sort of like these glaring grammatical errors, it would also trigger this like alarm in my brain. I don't know why that is. It's just the way that my brain works.
I think it's also related to our specific generation, maybe, because I think younger people now are not very, it's not that important to them.
It's also less important than it used to be to me, because I think when I was really young, I used to sort of like correct people. And I would also appreciate being corrected. And I still appreciate being corrected, but I don't correct people as often anymore. Not nearly as often. Only if I know that, you know, a specific person is working on grammar in a language that's foreign to them or a second language, then I'll give, and they've asked me to give them notes, then I'll do it. But if it's someone I'm just chummy with,
yeah,
I'm not.
For me, for example.
Well, yeah, but you asked me, you said, if I make any, if there's any way to improve my grammar, let me know. So I was like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah, sure, because English is not my first language.
Yeah, and it makes sense. I mean, even native speakers make mistakes, and it's
but it's interesting then when you read comics, you treat it as if it's like language or music, and you like, you know, you have it hardwired inside you to understand when it's wrong.
Yeah. You're not talking about me specifically.
No, I'm talking about people.
Yeah, there's a lot of systems in our brain that are highly attuned to errors. So one of them is like the face recognition system, facial recognition system is, there have been people that have had strokes, and it's such a specific cluster or conglomeration of areas in the brain. They can't recognize faces. They can't even see faces anymore. It's not that there's something visually wrong. Their eyes are functioning properly. Their brain is receiving all of the information, but the processing unit that sort of creates a face out of the disparate information is just not working. And so that's how specialized our brains are at picking out faces and reading the emotions, or, you know, behind them. So that's definitely one of them. Another one would be motion, depth. Those things also.
But what is it about comics that makes people, like, what are the mistakes that, except of the example?
No, I think I think what they're showing is that comic books are a language.
Yeah, and it's also an international language.
And there are also probably sub-languages, right?
Everybody can understand it. You don't need anything to know.
So that's how, I mean, if you're creating a vocal language, a natural language, you wouldn't use mouth shapes that are, or noises that are very difficult to reproduce, right? You would use mouth shapes that are easy to reproduce, noises that are easy to reproduce, and then that happens over and over again. And that's why most languages, even if you don't speak the other language, you could try in most cases to mimic it and make the sounds. Okay, there are exceptions to the rule.
Chinese.
No, Chinese, I can definitely make all of the sounds. I know a little bit of Mandarin, and I used it while I was
But it's
traveling.
not easy to
It's not easy, but
understand.
I'll say that Mongolian, for instance, is much more difficult to pronounce.
And Klingolian.
And Klingolian. Klingolian. And there are a few exceptions, but mostly, so I'm saying the same thing with comics. I think that the reason that it's internationally recognized, or it sort of evolved the way that it did, is because comic book artists have been using the easiest ways to denote motion, flow, um, you know, rhythm, all of those things. They've been using the easiest possible, or
Yeah,
the
but
most.
another interesting thing when we get there, but there's another outcome of one of the studies
Yeah.
that shows that more complicated is not necessarily less understood. But we'll get there later, maybe, because it's one of the interesting ideas related to the studies.
Mm-hmm. It says, and one of the next points that it found that was counterintuitive in some of the studies and had been sort of shown statistically was that comics can increase cognitive overload for some readers. So it says that some readers struggle more with multimodal input. So multimodal meaning visual and textual, and having a composition in space and in textual language as well. Spatial layout, simultaneous text and image. Yeah, that's what we said. And it's surprising because it says comics are not universally easier. So I think they were coming into it thinking that just text would be. I don't know exactly what they were.
Just text.
It says they were expecting comics are always easier to read than prose. So they were expecting the fact that the text was accompanied by images to make it more intelligible somehow. But it's not always the case because it depends if the person exposed to the comics is good at multimodal input. So it really depends upon the reader.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
What's the next one?
We didn't cover every single one of them. We covered the ones that I selected.
Oh, okay.
But it says the last sort of one that might be interesting, it says AI still struggles to detect reading order in artistic layouts.
Yeah.
So even like AI models that are trained on whatever tens of thousands of comic books and reading patterns doesn't even those AIs don't necessarily know, they're not getting as better at it as you would have hoped they would have by now. So yeah, it says like if there's diagonal layouts, they find it difficult to understand what the flow is and the order is. If there's overlapping panels, they don't have the intuitive, basically again, like that language of the basics of movement.
Maybe you can go back to the one that talks about the complexity because it's also interesting and it relates to this one, which talks about AI, because it said that people are they can understand comics that are the layouts are designed in them in a complex way, exactly the same way as they understand like easier layouts. But it does take more time to read the comics themselves.
Yeah. I'm not sure which one that is, but I'm looking for it.
Never mind, that's okay. But it's interesting if you're thinking about AI, because for people who read comics, it's easy for them to understand stuff that is more complicated, and AI can't do it at all yet. I wonder what makes the human eye
I know what it is.
different.
I know what it
doing
is.
the-
It's not the human eye. It's the experience of actually living in a three-dimensional space. So
Do you think so?
I think so,
Because
yes.
it's not three-dimensional space. It's,
No, but it's a depiction of three-dimensional space. So if you have panels, sometimes you can place the panels like further away from the reader on the axis of depth.
Mhm.
And that's not something that, I mean, yes, you can train in AI to sort of label things as deeper in the frame or not, but it's not, they're not based on the actual experience. At least I don't think the ones that they've been using are based on actual sort of like the experience of moving in the physical world, right?
I'm not sure the complex one are necessarily playing with depth and space. I think they mean like compositions that have a lot of maybe like different
Overlapping
shapes of
panels. Yeah, that's what they
like,
wrote. Yeah.
yeah.
But I think some of that is even the different shaped panels. What helps you as a human being in the world navigate panels on a comic book page, it's like a direct um, out. It's a direct what's the word I'm looking for?
Outcome.
I guess outcome of moving and experiencing and learning about the space that you live in. It might be a sort of flatter example of that. It might be a watered down example, but it still collates. It still like has to do with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think so.
Yeah.
And so it's been easier to teach AIs about language, like text-based language, because the rules are very clear cut, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the rules of physics and space and motion are not, I don't think they're as mathematically applicable to reading as far as reading's concerned. It's not like the AI is looking at the page and it's making a physics equation
Yeah,
out of it.
I would agree with you, but I've seen what AI can do now.
Yeah.
And they can do like very, very complicated stuff.
Like what, for instance?
Create artwork, do this research,
Yeah.
which is, it's complicated. It's not like people can do it. It's hard for people to do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about how if we continue down this path, we're going to be using AI as a crutch more and more. And at some point, we won't know how to research anymore, for instance.
Maybe we
'Cause-
don't need to know how to research. Maybe it's something that's supposed to be given to us. Like, I don't know if a research, I mean, like collecting the data. Maybe making sense out of the data, which is what we're doing now, because this
Yeah.
is just data, the stuff that you read
Yeah,
just now.
yeah.
But we are talking about it, we're thinking about it, we're using the data that the AI collected.
Yeah.
So the AI didn't give us like
It was just an example. I think
Yeah.
even talking about the data and thinking about it is also being sort of delegated to AI a lot.
Yeah.
Probably more so in some circles and in some cases than others.
Mhm.
But I think as far as like anything academic is concerned,
Yeah.
it's probably being done more and more. And I don't
With
know
AI,
that
yeah.
that's, yeah, using AI to research and also using it to glean information from outcomes of research.
I think to glean information is okay using AI, but doing the research itself, it's not. It's not.
No, I
Doesn't
think
feel
both
like
of
a
them
good
still. I mean, I would use it as a tool. I would ask. I would use it almost like as a control group. Tell the AI about whatever research that you're doing. Ask it to research further and get all the information in one place, and then ask it to predict outcomes and all of that. But then do your own thing as a human researcher, and maybe at some point more near the end of the project, or at least beyond the half point of the project, after you've done the research yourself and came up with theories and conclusions and you could sort of look at both of them and weigh them against each other.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm sure that in the academy now, people are using AI more and more.
Yeah. Okay, so it has been almost an hour since we started.
Oh, really?
So that's why right now I promised the chat room that they're gonna see the elusive near Levie technique
Oh,
of whites on
okay, funny.
blacked out areas.
Yeah, it's not gonna take a long time because there's not a lot of them here. So, okay, I show the print underneath the ink.
Yes.
So I've done the sketch digitally and I print it out and I use the lightbox over it. So this is the print, and I need these lines over the blacks, and I couldn't see them because the blacks
Yeah.
blocks the line.
Right.
So I have which I need to order more because it's kind of lost all its powder. But
Oh, do you only have one of those?
I ordered more, but it didn't arrive yet. So
Huh.
always need to check.
You should probably get them from a local store. Order it from a local store.
Why?
Because
Why does it matter?
then they would arrive quicker. You said that you ordered and you hadn't gotten it yet.
Yeah, I ordered with the Amazon. Okay, so I'm putting the page here.
Wait, you should explain what that paper is.
It's a carbon paper. It has like
A coating.
Dust, like white powder.
Yeah.
Only on one side.
Yeah.
And I put the sketch over it.
Yeah.
And then I use the lightbox again. I'm gonna turn off all the frontal lights.
Yeah.
To help the.
You still have a front light on though. Yeah.
Yeah. To make the light from the lightbox be more strong. And then I just like put this in the right position.
This is the part that I don't get. How do you line it up?
Just by seeing, just eyeballing it.
And then do you tape it again?
No.
No.
No. I don't need to because there's not a lot of lines here. Just check if it works. Yeah, it works. And I'm using a pencil, but you can use like anything. But for me, I found that using a pencil is better because you see all the places that you already drawn. And if you're using like just a tool that doesn't mark anything, you're gonna forget which lines you went over and which one you didn't. And this way I can see whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna just go over every line. I don't really need it to be like very accurate or anything because I'm gonna go over it afterwards. This is only to mark for myself where to draw after. It doesn't stay on the page because it's powder. It doesn't stick to the page. It's just to mark the areas where I need to go over the lines.
Yeah.
So basically it's not just in the horns here in this specific image. Yeah. I think in most of my recent pages I have some white lines over the blacks, but here there are not a lot of them. I think there are some here, but if it's just like a small area, I can do it like
without moving the page too much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that important. Yeah. I think
How often do you find that you stop and lift it up to see what you've actually put down? Or do you
Never.
remember what you don't do it at all?
I just did it once just to make sure I didn't put the paper upside down
Right, okay.
accidentally, because
'Cause
once it happened to me once. I've done all the page and then I lifted up and nothing, and I
Ye-
just put the carbon page upside
down, yeah, the wrong way around.
Yeah. So
And so basically you were like pressing on the page,
nothing. Yeah.
but the powder was facing you,
yeah, exactly.
and so it wasn't doing anything. It was like staying in the same place.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if it's easy to see here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, basically it transfers the
powder onto the,
powder
and then you go
onto
over
the-
it with gel.
Yeah. So I'm is that's a not a good topic for me because it's hard for me to find like the best tool
Right.
for the white lines. But yeah, I tried every kind of white ink with dip pens because I really like I'm using dip pens for the line variation, and with these you can't get any line variation.
Have you
because
tried
it's
white acrylic? Not acrylic ink, like actual acrylic paint?
no, acrylic paint doesn't work with the dip pens.
No, not
It's
with
too
dip
thick.
pens. You can use like a very thin brush.
I don't like brushes.
Yeah.
I it's hard for me to control a brush, and I kind of decided that I'm not going to use a brush. I don't know why. I am using a brush sometimes, but most of the time, yeah, I'm only using dip pens.
So you only use dip pens.
So
what about like a hard tipped fine brush that doesn't have a
Yeah,
lot of like
but-
give to it?
I don't know if they make any of these. Like
Yeah, they do for sure.
hard tipped.
Yeah,
Like maybe it's not a brush. Maybe
it's a
you need,
brush,
like-
but the bristles are very short and they're few bristles and they're all really bunched up together in this. It's dense as well. So I could try getting you one and see if you
Actually, I think the best thing to do is find a brush that works like this pen. I really like this pen.
Yeah.
It's a felt tip.
Yeah, yeah.
But the ink, I don't like the ink itself. I really like the
The
material
tip
of
itself.
It's
Yeah.
not like it's not a brush, but it behaves like a very, very hard brush.
Yeah, rigid. I could try to find a brush for you
Sure.
if you'd like to test it out, because I think if you use opaque colors and you don't have to contend with the ballpoint, which causes discontinuity.
Yeah. So the problem with the ballpoint
It happened just
is
as I said it, by the way.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
I said causes discontinuity, and it just like the line broke mid-stroke, right? So
yeah, it happens a lot.
that's not going to happen with a brush. And also, you can get a little bit more variation
Exactly.
with a
But-
brush.
Yeah, but maybe I don't know. I don't know if it will be easy to get very thin lines with a brush. So this one is 0.8.
Oh, for sure, I could
And
find
there's
a brush like that. Yeah, I'll get a few brushes for you to test out.
I have one that is like more delicate than this one.
Or is
0.5.
there? Do you think that there's a gel liner that has white ink in it, but it's not a ballpoint pen? Does that make so like the way that you
I
showed?
don't think it works that way.
Why? The Molotov has white.
No, because the thing is with black,
Hmm.
the inks in all the tools
Yeah.
is very watery,
Yeah,
very
diluted.
liquid, diluted,
Yeah,
and
highly pigmented.
yeah. So when it's black, it's fine because it
Yeah.
doesn't matter if it's diluted because you see it black on white.
Right.
But when it's white on black, you can't use diluted
Okay,
ink.
so how about like Molotow markers? Have you ever tried to use a Molotow white on the black areas?
Yeah, but it's too thick.
Right. So there could probably
I
be a
have this
company
one,
that
which is
does
okay.
Molotow quality and density of pigment for whites, but with a felt tip that's much thinner. I'm pretty sure that exists.
I spent a lot of time looking for it, but I didn't find anything.
I
So.
find things. I have a knack for searching for specific items, so maybe I'll give it a shot as well.
And I tried all kinds of white inks over the time. I have this one. This one is too thick.
You can't. The camera can't. You have to go higher up.
This one.
Yeah, we were talking about this last time, right? When you were
thick.
talking about the tools.
This one is too liquid. It's too diluted.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. It's not white. It's like it's.
I think the last one you showed is even possibly for airbrushing, maybe.
No, it's ink. It's for inking.
Okay. Is it called
acrylic ink?
Is it Liquitex?
What, the company?
Yeah.
Can.
Yeah, so people use that to airbrush as well.
Oh, okay.
It's so diluted and it's so watered down that you can basically just shoot it through. You could spray it through an airbrush and most nozzles would probably not have a problem.
So yeah, so the problem is with the dip ends, I need it to be diluted because otherwise it doesn't flow in the nib. But when it's diluted, it doesn't see, you can't see the white. You see only like transparent white over black, which is either nothing or like maybe gray.
Right. And Jamie says, I use a fine white brush paint pen. It's acrylic and it goes a bit gray. So it is acrylic. So he's using something more along the lines of like a Molotow marker.
Yeah, it's very hard to find like
a good
tool
precise, fine,
okay,
but also flowy.
Let's do the next one. This is finished. So you see the way I've done the horns.
Yeah, so the transfer paper is just so that you have a faint position of the lines that you've already decided in the sketch phase. Exactly. And then you go over it with an actual like thicker medium.
Because it's just for me to see what I can't see because the black is blocking the light.
Right.
That's the only reason I use it. Because it does take time. If I could do it like in a different, easier way, I absolutely would do it. But this is the fastest way I found that works.
Do you think maybe if like you had a light table that went even more intense than the lumens?
No, it's not that. It's not that. It's the blacks are not completely even.
Okay.
So you see that it's not completely even, and you can't really create like an completely even.
Which irks me to no end, by the way. It drives me mental when I want to have an area that is flat of one color, and I can see brush strokes or like pools of thicker material, and it's not completely. I want it to look like it's printed.
This is okay.
It's okay at this angle and in this lighting, but if I put a light on it in a certain angle,
you're not supposed to see.
I know you're not supposed to do that, but it drives me mental. I need it to be perfect.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it perfect and also not waste too much material because
or too much time as well, right?
And too much time,
yeah.
So for this specific page, it's not that complicated, but I do have pages which I do more complicated stuff with white on black.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're doing something like complicated, it's better if you do know exactly where you're going with the line. So it helps to do this method.
Yeah.
The other option is just like maybe putting the sketch side by side with the ink page and just copy whatever, and it's not gonna be the same accuracy. The problem is when I go to shows,
You don't have a light box.
I want to do. I don't have a lightbox, and I can't really do digital work at shows.
Right.
Everything is traditional, even the sketch.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a sketch, and I know what I want to do in blacks, and I know where the white lines are gonna be. But after I do the blacks, I can't go over it. So I do something else at shows, but maybe it's too complicated to explain here and now because I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So some other time maybe we'll talk about that. Okay, so we have the. So this image is like of an ibex fighting a skeleton ibex.
Right.
Which is, I thought it's a good animal to show in the Canaanite book.
Right.
Because it's very typical to the area.
Yeah, it like thrives in deserts, right?
Yeah, and I thought about maybe like doing something more fantasy style, like to make it fight itself in a different.
See, I wouldn't be able to handle a pen that just decided whenever it wanted to stop.
I don't have
Mid-stroke.
any other. I don't like it as well, but I don't have any other option.
No, we'll find something
This is
better.
the best option I found
so far.
so far.
There has to be a better
And
way.
believe me, I spend a lot of time finding white inks.
Yeah.
And I tried a lot of white inks.
Maybe like some sort of, because YouTube is always showing me Japanese stationery and pens and stuff. They might have an answer to
This is Japanese, by the way.
Okay.
It's Sakura.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. They make really good pens and mechanical pencils and
Yeah, it's the same company that makes the microns.
yeah, yeah.
Which I never use, by the way. I used to use them all the time, but I stopped because I discovered the technical refillable pens.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, in the beginning of the stream, this is the pen I used before I started this. It's a Rotring Technical 0.1, which is the thinnest ever. I think it's the thinnest tool pen that you can find. Like, there's nothing like smaller than this.
Jamie says, could you use an LCD light screen that is run on a power bank for shows?
I prefer working traditionally for shows.
No, that's what he's saying. Use it as a light screen, the way that you have your light table.
Yeah, but when I'm doing the commissions at shows, I'm doing them traditionally, so I don't need.
Right. There's no
need for a screen.
There's no sketch. There's no digital sketch that you're
yeah.
printing out. Yeah, you go straight with either inks or you do a pencil
I go
sketch.
straight with the pencil on the page, and then after I'm done with the pencil, I go to ink. Straight to ink.
Yeah.
Which is also fun, by the way.
Yeah.
But I got used to like working digitally because it makes it faster.
Yeah.
Basically, because I can like scale. Most of the correction I'm doing is like moving stuff around maybe.
Yeah.
On the image and maybe scaling a little bit.
Yeah, it's easier to set up the composition digitally, for
Yeah.
sure. Because you can just grab layers and stretch things and
You know what?
skew them.
I just noticed the horn here. I forgot to do a black part here.
Where?
You see?
Where?
There's a. Let's turn this up. So the horn.
Oh,
the
there's
other
a
one,
small little
yeah, there's a small,
section in
and
there.
it looks as if it breaks here. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna just add
I don't
this
think
one.
anyone else aside from you would even
Yeah, this is.
think that that was missing.
Yeah, this is the back cover.
Yeah.
I'm even gonna make it a little bit bigger than it is here, just to make it.
Yeah.
The Molotov is giving me some problems. Yeah, that's it.
And also on, do you need to?
White.
No,
Like,
yeah, but like, so wherever that part that you just filled in
Yeah.
is going to the left, doesn't
Here?
it? Yeah, there, yeah, that part. Doesn't it sort of like
Mm.
show up and augment the shape of that
Yeah, maybe.
convex shape or concave rather?
No, I think it's okay.
Yeah,
without
it looks
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so that's it, I think, with the whites, but I haven't finished the.
Backdrop.
Yeah, so basically it looks like this.
Jamie says
For
that
now.
they're good lighting at the shows, like good enough to
No,
draw.
not
No,
at
the
all,
lighting is
you know.
atrocious.
Yeah.
It's very bad.
No, it's like notoriously bad for everywhere. It doesn't matter which show.
I think some artists even bring their own lamps.
I didn't see a lot of it because you don't really get a
Power outlet.
sockets,
Hmm.
like electricity sockets at shows.
Which I don't understand that. That's crazy.
I think you can pay more and get a socket, but mostly in Artist Alley they don't give.
It's not like you're going to be using up so much electricity, and I understand that there's
No, it's
hundreds
hard, like,
of vendors.
Exactly, it's
but
hard.
still, like
technically, it's hard to get
that much
electricity to every single corner of
Yeah.
the convention center. So.
Yeah, I guess they'd have to like spread out a grid, and they're already doing that with the tables and the
Yeah, it's hard.
separators.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to and you're coming with me
Mm-hmm.
to C2E2,
Mm-hmm.
and we actually opened the commission list.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody wants, if there's anyone from the Chicago area, then be sure to talk to Tatiana maybe about commission if you want a commission.
Yeah.
But I just opened the list for C2E2.
Let me pull up Tatiana's email for anyone interested in
Again, I
commissions.
I always forget to turn the other light on. And after it's on, I'm like, oh my god, it was so dark before.
Yeah. You should have a switch that like goes through different states for all the lights.
Like one switch for
Yeah,
all
you
of
could
them?
do that for sure. Jamie, yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, you've said that before. We're looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up Tatiana's email as one does on the screen here. Make it a little bit bigger.
I actually thought I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah.
In an hour and a half, but I think I'm not gonna finish it because there's a lot of details in the background. Yeah, it's because it's gonna be a cover. So for a cover, I think I need to give some more hours of work on the details.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see in the screen the details, but there's an army here. There's a
There's a little legion over there.
There's an army, and this is the goddess, one of the goddesses of the Canaanites, Anat.
Yeah.
And there's another god here.
Yeah. Which god is that?
This is Baal.
Baal. Yeah, I guess he's the one that was demonized by.
Yeah, he's the bad guy in the Jewish Bible.
Yeah.
But he's the good guy for the Canaanites.
Yeah.
Because every religion had they were basically pagans in this time, which is the Bronze Age, and every religion wanted to show that their god is better than the other ones. So that's the reason that they didn't change the text, but they added some information to make it sound as if the other gods are bad, and the only one that is true is ours.
Yeah, well, that's a well-known pitfall of tactic, yeah.
Of religions.
Yes. Demonization, scapegoating.
Yeah. I'm listening to an interesting book now, and you are too.
Collapse.
You are
second ear listening.
Secondary listening.
Yeah. I find whenever the AI that's reading an audiobook, if it's an AI and it's not human enough, I get that uncanny valley vibe from it, and it's less interesting to me, even if the material itself has potential for interesting me. I think it just distracts me too much when I can hear the flatness of the AI if it's not a good enough one.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't really matter to me because I can't really read. I can listen to stuff when I work.
Yeah.
For specific things that I do, like for inking.
Yeah.
It's okay to listen to stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't really read while I'm drawing, so that's the only option I have. So it's okay. I guess if there weren't any AI that reads books, we would have like less of them available for us.
Oh, for sure. So I'm just saying some of the AIs are better at it, and if it sort of has changes in cadence and a rhythm and depth to the reading style,
yeah,
that's
funny.
Okay.
It's funny that it makes mistakes like in like pronunciation.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
And even in this case, it's the word that I think appears the most overall in the book.
Yeah.
Collapse, because it's in the title and they also use it all the time.
It's in the title?
I think so.
Oh,
is it not?
Maybe you can show the book itself. Not show. The name of the book is Goliaths.
Where is it on the machine or?
No.
Okay.
I forgot the name of the writer, so I wanted
Goliaths?
Goliaths.
That's it? That's the name?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not in the title. Goliath's Curse?
Goliath's Curse.
By Luke Kemp?
Luke Kemp, yeah.
Okay, so it's not in the title, but I think he says the word collapse for sure every paragraph, and and I'm almost sure like every other sentence has the word collapse.
Yeah, because
but the AI says collapse. It doesn't even say.
So he talks about, it's a non-fiction book, and it talks about societies and the collapse of societies.
Yeah.
So he says he talks a lot about a lot of collapses, and says a lot of time this word.
The word, yeah.
But it's interesting because I think the angle that he sees these things is a bit different. but I'm in the middle of it. I haven't read all of it yet,
So
but it's very interesting.
the
as
book
well.
was published July 2025 by Penguin Books.
Yeah,
It's called Goliath's Curse,
yeah,
and colon, the history and future of societal collapse. Okay, so I was right. It is
Yeah.
it is in the title.
yeah,
It's in there somewhere. He argues, Kemp argues that more democratic societies are more resilient and long-lasting.
hmm
And he
And this is
also,
also something that Yuval Noah Harari says in his book, in his last book, Nexus.
yeah,
It's very similar to Harari's work.
yeah.
What does it say other than that? Like the democratic are less collapsible.
I don't know if it's less collapsible. I don't know that that's. I think that just like corruption sort of takes root more easily in societies that are not democratic, and that makes so much sense. It's not something that you even have to like
Yeah.
expand upon.
But it's nice to see the examples in history.
Right. And he also says that people are generally healthier before large states appear when they lived in more democratic hunter-gatherer societies.
Yeah.
So some recommendations for the future include running societies through citizens' assemblies and taxing wealth.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's nothing new, but I guess his analysis is the interesting part of it, not just...
I heard some stuff that sounded interesting and new to me that you talked about. For example, that the people that live through a collapse, for example, in the time of the Roman Empire collapse, or
Yeah,
during the Soviet Union collapse, or
yeah.
they don't really feel that they live in a time of a societal collapse.
Of course not. It's the frog boiling slowly, right?
Exactly.
The
So
water boils,
I
it
think
doesn't boil all at
I
once.
think it might be a hint for us in this time today.
Oh, for sure. I think we've already sort of taken a page out of that book.
Yeah.
And it
But
would...
the interesting thing is he actually says that it's not a bad thing. It's not like in Hollywood movies when there's a collapse, it like turns into a I don't know, violence and post-apocalyptic story. It doesn't necessarily turn to that.
Do you know about
usually.
do you know what a koan is?
No.
It's like these parables that they used, I think, mostly in Taoist.
Oh yeah, the short songs.
And they're not songs. I think most of them are just parables or short
Lyrics.
stories
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
and so there's one that is, I think, one of the most famous ones that deals with good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's something along the lines of a Chinese farmer. He has his horse runs away, right? So his neighbor says, "Oh, that's so bad. That's such bad luck." And the farmer says, "Well, maybe it's bad. Maybe it's good. I don't know." And he goes, "What? Of course it's bad." And then the horse returns, right? And the neighbor says, "Oh, that's amazing. That's such great luck." And the Chinese farmer says, the farmer says, "Maybe I'm not. I don't know." And then his son rides the horse one day and falls off and breaks his leg, right?
Yeah.
And the neighbor says, "Oh, it's so bad. It's such terrible luck."
Mm-hmm.
And then a war breaks out, and they can't conscript his son to the army because he has a broken leg,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's like, what part of it was good and what part of it was bad?
Yeah.
There's no, we don't, I don't think we have the faculties or the oversight to look at something and say this, we can label this as like good or bad. Definitely not
You can do it
purely good and purely bad.
momentarily. You can say for now it's bad.
Yeah, but even then, like if you look back at the story retroactively,
Mm-hmm.
even for then it wasn't bad because the horse running away was the reason that his son wasn't conscripted to the war, right?
Yeah, but in that moment.
Right.
not
That's what
thinking
I'm.
about the
That's exactly
future.
what the koan is there to show.
Yeah.
That even if in the moment you feel like something is good or bad, it doesn't necessarily mean anything about the actual value or
Yeah.
direction that it's gonna. About looking back, you would say, "Oh, actually, that was the start of something amazing," and it was like at the moment it felt so
Yeah.
wrong.
No, but he was talking specifically about when that you see like in any situation of a tragedy, like a societal tragedy,
Yeah.
people are most of the time behaving like in a very affectionate way, and
Yes.
not in a way that Hollywood depicts
Not the rioting
instances
and.
like not the rioting, not the murdering, more the helping each other. And
But
stuff
then
like
when do riots break out? Because that's happened before too.
like when there's injustice or something that is inequality or things like that.
Food shortages, maybe. Okay, so it's been an hour and a half.
I wanted to finish this, but I didn't.
That's
so
okay. You got so much further.
I think I almost finished. I only have like this part.
Oh yeah,
That's
then
it.
we can definitely.
Do you wanna continue for maybe a few more minutes?
Yeah, I have to get back to work, but we can continue if it's only a few more minutes.
Let's do like 5 more minutes, and I think I'll be done.
Okay.
Do we have any questions or anything?
No.
I think it's gonna be less than 5 minutes, actually. I'm basically almost done. Because this is gonna be stay white.
Yes, of course. That's where the title is.
You know what? We can finish for tonight.
Okay.
I'll just do I'll continue maybe tomorrow just and finish this area, and that's it. But it's almost done.
Yeah. I think
It's
we
basically
can
almost done.
center a little bit more. Yeah, like that. I think the camera is also at an angle now, the phone.
Yeah, it's hard to like make it like perpendicular to the
Without showing your
table
head
because
in
it's
frame.
yeah, it's basically impossible. It's very hard to do. But yeah, maybe I can show you just always need to focus on the focal here. It's not really working. Maybe if I put my hand here, no, it doesn't do anything.
I think, I don't know.
Maybe switch to the other camera. I bought a camera, by the way, so
Yeah, there's
a
better, there's like a higher resolution DSLR that's on its way.
So this is the god
Yeah,
Baal.
yeah,
Okay, now it's in focus.
yeah.
And this is the ibex and the other god Anat, which is going to slaughter all these soldiers. It's a part of the story.
Yeah.
And the other side is the other skeleton ibex.
I really like the way you drew the teeth, or
yeah, his frontal
no,
teeth
the ones on
here.
the side, like the molars.
Oh yeah.
It really looks, it looks like
He's
Via
smiling.
de los Muertos, when they do like the
Yeah.
Day of the Dead. They have all these
Exactly.
stitching.
Mexican art.
Yeah, it's
And
very.
the soldiers are also here. Oh, and I forgot to do some details here on the tree. I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe some more details here because it's like too white in here.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some sort of
Yeah, it's
focusing
empty.
issue. I don't know what it is with this.
With
Well,
the camera.
yeah,
I don't know why.
I think it's probably the autofocus is off maybe now for some reason. Okay, we're gonna sign off for today.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us today, and we hope it was interesting for you. We went over how finally you, during a live stream, you managed to
Mm-hmm.
show your technique.
Yeah, I think
of-
I've done it many times, but maybe not in the live
No, I
stream
don't
that
think. Yeah, I don't
we
think it
also
happened.
talk.
Because also when you did the Superman, I remember you finished like blacking out the cape area, but then we were done and you did it off air,
Yeah.
the whites as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're happy to have Jamie back. Don't work too hard if you can help it.
Yeah.
And I tell myself the same, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see everyone next week as well. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share the channel with anyone that you think would be interested in the content. And thank you for joining.